mountain man, he mined for mountain gold, and he wore a suit of golden clothes that was a wonder to behold. Whoa, and he sang out like a sunrise. Whoa, as he walked along the road. Whoa, and he came down to the valleys, and the people gathered round him. They told him that the land had all been sold for mountain gold. Henry James stood upon the earth, and he knelt down in the clay, and he shook his fist up to the sky, and he tore his clothes away. Whoa, and he jumped into the river. Whoa, and he washed away the clay. Whoa, and he walked back to the mountains, and the people stood around him. They just gathered up his clothes and ran away. And Henry James stood on the mountain, and he filled the mines with dynamite. And Henry James raised up a fire, and he blew those dusty mountains out of sight. Still walks across this burning earth, and he whispers low to any man who truly seeks his worth. Whoa, and he whispers of a fine land. Whoa, where a milky river flows. Whoa, where the mines are in the mountains, and every man and woman and every child there wears a suit of clothes of mountain gold. Thank you very much. This next song is called Spider Woman. It's about falling in love with an alcoholic woman, and that happened to me, and it was a very painful experience, but this song came out of it, and that's often what my songs can do for me, is change my painful experiences into something that I feel is beautiful, and it makes sense of my life to me, and I'd like to play that to you now. Oh, spider woman, weaving on your loom, you spun me kisses as you spun around my room. You made me love you, caught me in your eye, suspended in your pupil like a prehistoric fly. Oh, spider woman, you laid me in the ground, hung me from the ceiling, on the threads you rolled me round. You made me love you, then you caught me down, left me on the windowsill, crawled your way downtown. My bones sing and cry out to you in despair. My bones sing and cry out to you in despair. You sold me, you cut off the lock of your wild black hair. Music and bright lights, blinded by your charms, sank me in your mirror shades, drowned me in your arms. Whoa, spider woman, your ship is going down. You're already spinning round the plug holes of this town. You made me love you, but the love belongs to me, and all the whiskey in the world won't ever set you free. My bones sing and cry out to you in despair. My bones sing and cry out to you in despair. You sold me, you cut off the lock of your wild black hair, just to keep me hanging there, just to keep me hanging there. Thank you. Can I put the vocal back in the monitor, please? Thank you, Kevin. This next song is about it's about transformation. When I was a younger man, I'm 45 now. When I was younger, I lived in a very extreme way, and the way that I lived meant that I was going to die if I didn't change. I had to change. I had to let go of my old beliefs about all sorts of things, and that's what I did. And so that person that I once was had to kind of die, basically. A new person had to take his place, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And once that experience had happened to me, it happened to me when I was about 27 years of age. It's happened to me a number of times since then, that transformation. And this song comes out about from that, basically, from that process. That is the road that I walk today. And this song is called Dead Man Singing. Listen to a dead man singing.
Listen to a dead man sing along. Every day the sunrise takes me high, shows me so much beauty, it makes me want to cry. The faces in the papers don't come free. The stories sold every place I go don't speak for me. Listen to a dead man singing. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. Every night the stars burn up above. I see love, I see the murder of love. I am a child of the poison tree, standing across the river in what is yet to be. Honey, that's the life I'm living. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. It makes me wonder how this river got so wide. Oh, when I see you driving out into the rain, yeah, it falls on me and I come alive again and again and again. Listen to a dead man sing. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. Ooh. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. The whole world breaks my heart.
Yeah, this next song is most of my life I haven't really felt all right inside me. I don't really know why that was, but I've just had a funny feeling about here since I can remember, an uncomfortable feeling. People say it's called fear, and I've always sought relief from that feeling, and also like my head just going round and round. I've always sought relief, and I've tried it in many, many different ways. Drugs and alcohol, women, all sorts of stuff. But I got better at seeking that relief as I got older, I believe. And I've searched through lots of different religions, and I've read books on all sorts of things, and I've tried it as well. I've done it, not just read it. I've tried because I had to, because I'm a drowning man, basically. I'm a drowning man. And one of the things I've tried is meditation. I've sat in Buddhist monasteries for days on end, like in a state of meditation, trying to find something within myself. And I think I did find something, actually. I can't really put it into words, though. But one of the things that did happen was I started to see in meditation very clear mental pictures in my mind coming to me freely without any effort. And these pictures took on a narrative form, you know. And this song comes out of those pictures. I just wrote them down and made this song. It's called King of the Underworld. Just want to say actually, thanks for listening to me in English, because I know it's your not your mother tongue, and I'm sorry I can't speak any German, but I feel really lucky in a way that I can come to another country and speak my language and be understood. So thank you for that. If you can understand me, I mean, I don't know if you can.
To the house of pain, opened the door, walked right in, found my family and friends lying in rows on wooden beds, sleeping soft and slowly dead, covered in ice and snow. And the king of the underworld said to me, follow the road you chose, my son, follow the road you chose. I walked through forgotten halls, crumbling rooms and corridors, tabletops of dust and stains, and empty bottles of champagne, and hanging on in window frames the blackest of crystal glass. And the king of the underworld said to me, follow the road you chose, my son, follow the road you chose. I smashed the windows with my hands, and lights poured in, and spring poured in, and roses grew between the cracks into the room that I stood in, and birds flew in, a million birds, a bright cacophony of birds. They lifted off the wooden roof, and lights poured in. My family and my friends awoke from sleep and blinked once more. The trees walked in, the sun came in, the rivers clapped their hands again, and everybody talked and smiled and whispered sweet camomiles. And I was falling from the sky, and people were falling from the sky. I walked beside a sea of milk and knelt down by its side, and cupped my hands and drank my fill, and saw the houses all standing on stilts, and hurried and blazed drops over every brow, and lights poured in. And the king of the underworld said to me, follow the road you chose, my son, follow the road you chose.
Thank you. This next song, well, as I said, I'm 45 years of age now, and I suppose I haven't lived in a very conventional way. I've lived really for the last 20 years really just for music and trying to get over what I believe in through my music, really, through the heart, through my heart, you know. So I don't own any property, I don't have a wife, I don't have any children, I don't own many possessions, and that's just been the way it is for me. And I'm neither happy nor sad about that, actually. But I have lots of friends of my age who do have all those things, and I speak to them about their problems, and I tell them about mine, I suppose. We talk about our joys as well. And this song comes out of this. It's something my friends have told me who are married with children, of a kind of pressure of responsibility that they feel about that they feel like almost inadequate to. And that there's this part of them that wants to just jack it all in and go off with a younger woman. You know, it made me kind of think about that and how our society is presenting us with that younger woman on the front of magazines, in adverts, in films, this beautiful woman who is seemingly the solution to a sort of male happiness or whatever, do you know what I mean? And so this song comes out of this. It's a song about a middle-aged man who leaves his wife and children for a younger woman. And the name of that woman is Maria, and that is the name of this song, Maria.
A bright and sunny morning, in the middle of my life, in a heat wave of the summer, I left my children and my wife and drove away. Not a cloud was in the sky as the road signs passed me by, and I looked back in the mirror and saw the world that I once knew disappearing out of view as I rode on to meet Maria. Maria, my love is young with a beautiful face. I feel alive with the thrill of the chase. The day we met was a moment of grace. Maria, I stood waiting at the airports, gift wrapped negligee for her to wear, searching through 1,000 faces for the one who was not there to fly away. Sitting on the plastic chairs, watching planes take to thin air, I saw our love affair was over, and I was just another man with foolish plans. I saw myself getting older and older. I drove around with the sun coming down. I hit the bars in the center of town. The pretty girls and the tears of a clown. Maria, Maria, Maria. I drove back home to my poor family, and at the door I fell down on my knees. I cried out, please, won't you take me back, please? Maria, Maria, Maria. And now I work every day of my life. I run around for my boss and my wife. And every day's another twist of the night. Maria, Maria, Maria.
Thank you. How am I doing for time? I never know. How many have I got left, Alex?
I don't know, just play one more.
One.
Or two.
Yeah, one. In the 90s, I was in a band called Strange Love in England, and we were quite successful. We got signed to EMI, and we went around touring. We got records in the charts in England, and it was a very exciting time. I played on the main stage at Glastonbury in front of thousands of people. It was amazing. But I fell victim, like a lot of people do, to drugs and alcohol, and the band split up. And when the band split up, we'd been together for 10 years. That was when I had to change, at that time I talked about earlier. And I didn't know what to do without the band, because I had a manager. He did everything for me. He paid my bills, he paid my rent, he did everything. And one day he was gone, and all the money I was earning on the band was gone. My flat went, my girlfriend went shortly after that, and I was on my own, and I didn't know what to do. And I didn't know how to live in this world. I had no idea how to take the responsibilities of it on. And so I went and lived in a forest basically for 2 years. And because that's all I could handle. And I tried to get my head around what had happened to me in my life, I suppose. And there was a man in Bristol called Thomas Brewman. He came into that forest and he found me. I've been in there for 2 years. And on my album I've got some pictures. You can buy it off me, my album tonight, if you'd like to. Yeah, I've got some pictures of that place. He came in and he found me and he said I wanted to play at my festival. It was called Womack Festival. It was a world music festival in Britain. And I'd never been interested in world music. I was into rock and roll, man. That's what I was into. But I went to his festival. I said, okay, yeah. And he got me a very small, I just played on my own like I am now in a very small room in front of hardly any people. But I was in this festival for about 3 days and I was wandering around looking at all the different acts. And I went into one room and there was an 81-year-old black South African woman in there playing a one-stringed instrument that her grandmother had taught her to play. And I went into that room and she was sat there playing it, and I just sat in front of her and it went into my heart. And I started just crying. I started crying because I was so moved by the authenticity of her spirit, basically. And at that time in my life, if I'm really honest, I was frightened. Because I was going round and round in my head, how will I ever get back on top? How will I ever be in the band? How will I ever make it back to Glastonbury stage again, you know? How am I going to be somebody in this society? Because if I'm not somebody, then I'm never going to feel all right. And that's what was going on for me, basically. And I saw that woman play, and it just wiped it out for me. Wiped it out. And I went and told Thomas, man, that woman, who is she? Well, her name was Madicini, but she'd blown me away, man. He said, you've got to go to South Africa, and you've got to go to South Africa and meet her there. So he got some money for me, and I flew out to South Africa, and I lived and worked with that woman in total poverty, writing songs, basically, with her. And the experience of her presence showed me that deep, deep down inside myself, what I'd always knew was right. You know what I mean? That music's just a sharing of some kind of spirit between all of us. It's not about me being up here, being better than anybody else. It's a shared thing where we come together. It's an ancient thing. And that is what I'm trying to do now, is go around and try and embody that spirit. And I can feel it in this room now. I don't always feel it every night, but it's here. You know what I mean? And for that, I'm very grateful. And this song is about that gratitude. And I'd like to dedicate it to my mother who is with us here in this room as well. And all mums everywhere, actually, because mums are great, aren't they? Without mums, where would we be, eh?
Thank you for the sun rising in the sky. Thank you for the earth on which I lie. Thank you for the clouds. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the chance to start again. Do you still remember all the things that I've done wrong? I'm sorry that I hurt you, now you know I'm not that strong. Thank you for the birds singing in the trees. Thank you for the songs you sung for me. Thank you for the friends we made our mothers cry. Thank you for the pennies on my eyes. Do you still remember all the things that I've done wrong? You know they'll never hold me now to a world I don't belong. I'm rising up on my silver horse and I'm flying high. I'm crossing over through pearly gates and I'm out of time. I'm out of time. I'm out of time. Yeah. the sun rising in the sky. Thank you for a beautiful day to die. Thank you for the clouds, thank you for the rain, thank you for the silence in my brain. Thank you for the love that's lighting up my way. That's something that I always meant to say. I thank you for my life and everything you gave. I thank you for the flowers on my grave.
Thank you very much.